Hello YouTube faithful and Nerd Nation, this is Lucius Prime coming at you with another Transformers toy review. And as for the huge, as you can tell from the intro, this video is about Transformers Generations Deluxe Class War for Cybertron, not Fall of Cybertron, I double checked this time, War for Cybertron Skywarp. So, let's get to it, shall we? And here we have Skywarp in his vehicle mode. First off, I want to point out that it is actually kind of designed off of the original G1 series where they look like flying pyramids of some kind, but with kind of a more actual spaceship looking feel to it. Not a lot of people would actually recognize the design to it unless they have really the eye for it. All in all, I really do love this form. I love this vehicle mode. It's one of my favorite forms of Skywarp. Not overly fond of the Gatling guns on the wings, because, you know, scientifically, he's not... I don't see how he'd be able to fly like that. I mean, it'd cause way too much resistance. But then again, you know, Cybertron, space, etc. All in all, I really do. Like I said, I love this vehicle mode. Well, let's see here. There's really not a lot of kibble, except for when you look behind, because these are the feet, but obviously the thrusters are the feet. And the only other real kibble is, well, on the bottom. You see his arms tucked in there. You see his big ugly mug staring down. But, you know, as always, unless you plan on trying to suspend it mid-air, you're not really going to see much of the kibble. You see his head right there in the back facing down, but you don't really notice that until you start transforming him, though. But, as I've said in previous videos, you know, Cybertronian form, you know, they're not, I watched a video recently, I don't remember who it was that said this. I want to say it was possibly Fu Adams or even Emgo, I don't remember who. But, you know, Planet Cybertron. Cybertronian modes. They're not really worried about robots in disguise at this point, so kibble on something like this is acceptable. Well, let's go ahead and get to the robot mode, shall we? Something I don't normally highlight in some of my videos, let's take a look at the weapons real quick. Starting off with the Gatling guns, they can be held individually, so he could have like two separate Gatling guns in his hand, or you can even actually put them together to make one giant chain gun, minigun, Gatling gun thing. Wouldn't exactly know what to call it, but just clips together like that, and boom, one giant weapon. And of course, there's a multitude of ways you can hold it. And you see the gears right here, so whenever you spin it, they both spin at the same time. Personally, I actually like to keep them separate and have him hold them in, you know, hold one in each hand. Now let's go ahead and set those to the side for now. Alright, robot mode. Love the head sculpt. Really awesome. So serious, so menacing. And I'm pretty sure you can see he's got light piping. I don't know where my flashlight is at the moment. Oh, wait. Got my flashlight, so let's try to take a look at the light piping real quick. There we go. Ah, that's the good stuff right there. Just gives it so much personality. It's so menacing like that. Light piping, sadly, is something that they're not doing a lot of anymore, and I wish they'd go back to it, as I know a lot of other collectors do as well. Well, really not a lot of kibble to speak of on this, you know, other than the typical stuff. And all in all, I really do actually love this figure, especially because much like all the other ones out of this series, it's game accurate. Sadly, Skywarp didn't really have a big part in the game other than just, you know, being his typical self of being a repaint of Starscream. But I do like him better than Starscream. But something I didn't mention while he was in vehicle mode, and I'm going to point it out right now also while he's in robot mode, look at all the different details that were actually sculpted into him, like the exhaust ports and everything like that on the wings. He's got the what on a normal Skywarp would be like missile launchers, or as Thu Adams once so eloquently put it, boob cannons. I really don't know what else to say about this figure. Oh, yeah, one thing I really don't particularly care about it is the space in between the back and the front. I mean, there's really not a filler right there, and it leaves it a little empty and shallow, but, you know, all in all, like, I guess I can deal with it because, you know, it's kind of, you really wouldn't notice it too much unless you were really, really looking for it. I mean, it's there, you do notice it without looking for it at times, but it's easy to ignore, I guess you could say. And there we have Transformers Generations Deluxe Class War for Cybertron Skywarp. All in all, as is with all the figures in my collection, love it, absolutely love the figure. I'd rate it at about an 8 out of 10, and if you are a fan of the Seekers, definitely worth adding to your collection because of how, well, I think he's kind of unique, but then again, are any of the Seekers truly unique since they're all just repaints of Starscream? I'll let you make that decision on your own. I do think, personally, he's a unique character only because of, well, what I know about his character personality. Anyways, as always, thank you for tuning in, and this has been Lucius Prime with another Transformers toy review. And I will be back at you with another one soon. And until then, till all are one.